Hi guys, you're welcome again to another episode with Senator Kelesi and you, and I will advise you to stop everything you're doing now and just watch this because you're going to get information that is very important. If you're still thinking of going to the German embassy to apply for your visa with a mountain of paperwork, you are doing it all wrong and you might just be wasting your time. As of 2026, the visa processing at the German embassy went digital. And because of this, the waiting time and the processing time has been reduced compared to what used to happen before. I am talking about 27-day processing time, which is a significant change. So I am going to walk you through the step-by-step process in accessing the new digital process. Because if you do this, you're going to skip the long waits and you're going to skip the lines and even get the visa from the comfort of your home. The new system is centered around the German Consular Services Portal, and this is found in nearly 167 countries dealing with long-term visas to Germany. And if you're new to my channel, of course, I will say that you should subscribe to my channel. Watch my videos, like them, share and comment, and let your friends know this information, because people who are planning to come to Germany are still making this mistake, thinking that they need to go to the embassy with a heap of papers. Like I mentioned, I am going to be taking you through a step-by-step process to show you how this new system works. So if you have to apply for a German visa using the new digital system, you need to use the Visa Navigator. This is a tool on the official website which you need to use to choose the type of visa you are going in for. So it could be a study visa, it could be an opportunity card visa, it could be a work visa. And when you use this is going to determine if you can use the online portal or you need to go through the traditional visa application process by going to the embassy with all the paperwork. But I bet you things have changed and they have become modernized, and it is better and working faster than it used to be. After accessing the Visa Navigator, the next thing is that you are supposed to create an account at the Consular Service Portal. And to create this account, you need to go to the digital.diplo.de to be able to create an account. This will become your personal dashboard where you will need to fill your visa application, submit all the documents that are required, and also be able to communicate directly with the embassy staff. This bypasses a lot of processes where you had to be writing to the embassy to be able to get information. After creating an account and submitting your documents, the next thing is that the embassy will have to do a pre-check of all your documents. So they will go through your documents gradually, make sure that the documents are correct. And if there is a document or information that is lacking, they are going to send you information through your account, through this dashboard, so that you can be able to submit the missing document. The benefit here is that you don't have to leave and travel all the way. For example, in countries where you need to travel a long distance to get to the embassy, you don't need to travel all the way to get to the embassy just to be told that your documents are missing a stamp, or maybe that your insurance was not correct or that is not in your documents. So you don't need to waste all the time to do this in-person thing when you could already be able to submit everything online and it is pre-checked and information transmitted to you back online. So you need to be constantly using your dashboard and checking it for information that they might be sending to you, because this is now a communication interface. Everything being equal, after you have created an account and submitted your documents and a pre-check has been done, the next possible thing will be an invitation for an in-person appointment. So you will have an in-person appointment. This in-person appointment is such that your identity can be verified. You have to present the originals of your documents, and you also present your passport. This is also the time that you need to give your biometrics, that is maybe fingerprints and others, if everything, remember I said if everything is working well. So if you are given an appointment to come for an in-person verification, you can already almost be sure that everything is going well. It is also during this appointment that you can be able to pay the visa fee, and mostly in most countries, in most diplomatic missions abroad, you have to pay like 75 euro for this visa. And again, another modernization now is that you can be able to use a credit card in any of the diplomatic missions abroad, unlike in the past where you were needed to pay only cash. Now, again, I will say everything being equal, meaning that everything has been working well from when you created the account, submitted your documents, the pre-check was done, you were invited for an in-person appointment. The next thing now is that you can be able to track the status of your application yourself. And this you do through the dashboard, which I already talked about when you created your account in the online portal. You can always constantly go to your dashboard and check the status of your application. For example, at some point your application can be showing under review, and then at another point you could see visa issued. If you see visa issued, then it means everything is fine. The next message you could find now is that you should come and collect your visa. I believe I have been able to walk you through the process, and you can now understand how the new system works and the fact that everything is now digital and you don't need to be carrying papers here and there. Here are some key things that I will want you to remember or to take note of. First is the fact that for people who are coming to Germany as students or job seekers, you need to have a blocked account with at least 1,091 euros per month. You can multiply that by 12 to see what you need to put in the blocked account. That is the first thing you have to note here. The second thing you have to note here is that the digital copies of your documents need to be in their best quality. So when you scan your certificates and your passport, make sure that the quality is good enough and legible. Don't go and do some dirty scans and put in the portal. It may not be read correctly and maybe something could go wrong, and there is also a human function to this. The last thing I want you to take note of is the fact that the Chancenkarte or the opportunity card has also been added to the online portal. And the opportunity card deals with a point-based system, so you can be able to check if you qualify. Remember that with the opportunity card, you need a minimum of 6 points to be able to qualify for a visa. Other things about the opportunity card you can check in one of my videos, which I already posted on this channel. And that I am coming to the end to let you know that this is actually an evolution, a real evolution compared to the previous system that was operating before, where you needed to come to the embassy each time or you needed to send a document. In fact, I remember even up to 2023, somebody who was applying for a visa had to run to the embassy like 3 times. I know the person, to be able to submit documents that were asked for. With this new digital and automated system, visa processing for EU Blue Card has been able to be reduced from the usual 60 days in the past to about 27 days. That is really a significant change, and this is something that we can all take advantage of, and that is why I am bringing it to you today. Thank you for watching today's episode, and my advice is that if you are already thinking, or if you ever had the thought of traveling to Germany, why not just go to the portal and check it out? There is no harm in checking this or in trying this out. Remember, for somebody like myself, if I plan to buy a phone, I can begin with a SIM card. Thank you very much.